greetings to each and every single one of my kinfolk. It is I, proud representative of the highest order, coming at y'all today with another thrilling installment of Baked Listening, where I get baked, like this. And I'll share with y'all a new album that I've been listening to while also baked. And today we will be talking about a fucking wild album. We have the latest offering from Zeal Ardor. We have Stranger Fruit. Now, Zeal Ardor is a project led by and pretty much exclusively written by a biracial Swiss man named Manuel Gagnon. Manuel, he has had some other projects in the past, and he was just surfing the internets, asking people, hey, what do you think would be some two crazy genres that I could blend together and make something new? And one person suggested black metal, and then another person suggested N-word music. And instead of being shooken by this little bout of internet negativity, it happens, dealt with it myself, he was inspired and actually went out and was like, okay, I'm gonna do that then. And you know how he did that? By blending slave spiritual music with black metal. And we have the emergence of this style of music, this blend that I've never come across. There have definitely been other people from different cultures that have appropriated black metal, and they did it in a way where it reinvigorated their own cultural sense of being, because at the heart of black metal, that's what I've always seen it as. It is definitely some Norwegian teenagers just living the good life, basically, and kind of taking that inner teenage rage that's always there. It was there for me too. I was into black metal as a teenager, fucking duh. And channel it in a way that they feel can give themselves a sense of identity. And black metal, at least in Norway, a lot of that was shit that was damning the Christian regime that had its hold over Norway, and trying to reclaim some of that Norse mythology and stories and way of life that were taken away. And we have this there's a lot mentally going on with this music. First of all, fucking beautiful to listen to. Manuel's voice has only gotten better. He has said himself that at first he was trying to just imitate some old recordings, and now he's starting to make it sound like himself if he were in similar positions. You know, basically being enslaved. And as he was going about this musical journey, he said he quickly started to take it very seriously because of the implications of what this music he was making could have on the world as a whole. You know, this is basically, going back, let's dial it on back. Rock and roll music. That's black people. Straight up. You might think of some long, blonde-haired whitey just shredding on guitar when you think of rock and roll music, but no. A black man stood first with the electric guitar. And then white people came after. And they were like, this is really cool, let's do our own little takes on it. And black metal ends up being this really, really secluded subgenre that comes out of this original appropriation. So Manuel's like, okay, well, I'm gonna appropriate the appropriators, I guess. and we have this crazy, crazy record. Now the title itself refers to a rather bleak song by Billie Holiday called Strange Fruit, in which we have an analogy of lynched bodies resembling some sort of strange fruit. And Zeal and Ardor take this even further to the point where those lynched bodies have fallen from the trees, are on the ground, and rotting. Yes, this is not happy music. Not at all. But it's written in a way where it's oh so strangely palatable. I have been getting these very, very dark songs stuck in my head on a pretty regular basis, and let me tell you, it's disturbing. Supposedly, there's a narrative going on in this album too. I myself haven't really been able to pin that down, I'll be honest. I'm not exactly sure if we're getting multiple perspectives in this album or what. Heavy, heavy music though, guys. It will really, really tug at your heartstrings, because this is another interesting thing that I heard Manuel say. Black metal music, as I was saying before, pretty much made by, for the most part, well-to-do white teens in Norway who were putting out this music that was so harsh and so evil sounding and full of so much fury, but if you really do listen to it on a regular basis, there is this sense of sweetness buried in there. Real weird, real weird. There's like some, you get a sense of warmth sometimes because of their love for their homeland. A lot of times black metal revolves around nature a lot, and there is this sweet sense of reverence for something that you could take that much time and energy into. Like, we all should love our earth, you know, and black metal does that. While on the flip side, you get those old slave spiritual songs, and they're upbeat and they're kind of trying to make you feel good, but you could totally sense this broken-hearted depression deep inside of that music. So we get these two to unify this crazy-ass yin-yang, and holy shit. Sound-wise, this is a good-ass sounding album. This right here is a 45, so you get extra high fidelity. It sounds really warm on the ears when it has to, and then it pummels the fuck out of them when it has to as well. He sprinkles in some nice instrumental tracks throughout the entire time, because this is a rather harrowing album. Not fun subject matter to listen to. Not at all. And you also have the assistance of the master of God City himself, Kurt Ballou. Manuel has said himself that he's fucking totally surprised that Kurt was even down to do this shit in the first place. Kurt Ballou is a very, very well-respected audio engineer, audiophile. He does shit, man. And his drums that he records for this sound great. Manuel normally has used, or at least he's only really put out one other project, but in that project, I'm assuming he used program drums, and on this one, we are getting some straight up live drums, and they sound fucking great. There's this real cavernous, I think black metal elitists would really actually like the production on the black metal parts, but this album does a really good job of seamlessly blending the slave spiritual music with the black metal in a way that the last one didn't do quite as seamlessly. It was much more of a, this is this part, this is this part. Okay, cool. This one, you get a lot more of a merger, and the textures that are interlaced throughout this thing make it something that you should definitely listen to in high quality if possible. It's a crazy album. It makes me feel rather uncomfortable. I'm very honest. There's some creepy ass occult stuff layered in there. It's really fucking crazy shit. And I'm pretty sure you'll like it. That's why I made this video. Check it out.